My name is Joel Houston, and I am a Brandon Fellow.
What does it mean for you to be a Brandon Fellow?
For me, being a Brandon Fellow is a blessing. It's an opportunity to be able to both further your practices in art, both for yourself and for your community as well. So it's a benefit to both Greenville and to all the artists of Greenville. Getting the opportunity to work within the community and give children inspiration, give children teaching, give children attention that they might not receive from other places, but also being given attention to yourself and supplies to yourself to be able to create what you want to create that you may not be able to get from just yourself. So being a Brandon Fellow is really a blessing and a true amazing opportunity to be able to further my art career.
And can you tell us about your journey and specifically what areas you like to work in?
Yeah, so I've been drawing most of my life. I just taught myself on YouTube pretty much how to draw videos essentially. But a long time I was very focused on the athletic aspects of my life. And that carried throughout college, and I played Division II college soccer, and I got to participate in an NCAA national tournament. And I graduated from Converse University in 2024 with a degree in studio art, and during that time was where I kind of first started to see art as a professional practice, and sort of further my ideas, develop my ideas a little bit, because obviously I was teaching myself how to draw and making pieces, but it was really nothing past that with artistic substance. It might have just been a message that I just wanted to put out, and so I just drew it because I knew how to do it that way. But as far as like artistically, technique and execution and consistency and things like that was stuff that never entered my brain. So this year, as a Brandon Fellow, after I just graduated a couple of months ago, it's sort of my first time I'm really taking all my time and really devoting and putting my all into my art. So that's what I plan to do this year, and that's where I sort of came from. Yeah, so the art that I'm going to be making this year will be done in oil paints, and we'll be dealing with the tradition of history painting. So history painting is pretty much most classical paintings, oil paintings that you've seen, but are depictions of narratives or stories throughout time, whether it be fictional, like stories of the Bible, that's considered history painting, or real life history, like real life events. So I'm going to be continuing with that by advancing it and creating what I like to call hip hop antiquity, which is sort of history painting for the culture of hip hop, because I believe that it's a very significant, it has had a very significant impact upon art and culture during our time that is often overlooked. And I want to take a moment to highlight this. And by doing this, I'm creating something new, because there's never been history painting done with scenes of black people in them before, simply because of the world of Western art. That's just what it was. That was the times. So the belief behind these paintings center around, positivity. And it's less about political things and like me saying that hip hop is this important thing that, this needs to be the message, and more about I want to create positive images of moments in history of black people, to capture them and to show them to other people around the world, because it's never been captured before, and I think it's something that needs to be shown.
And in lines with that, is there anything else you want to talk about with goals that you would like to achieve this year and in the future?
Yeah, so from that whole entire topic, I hope to create a very strong body of work throughout the year. And I'm just setting this up to further myself. I want to do more training in painting over the next couple of years in Europe, hopefully Italy somewhere, and really take my skills to the next level. So for me, I'm just setting up for that, but also at the same time, this is sort of the start of my career. So I'm making sure that I'm going to be establishing connections within the community, really getting to know the artists in my area. Because like I said, I've lived here most of my life and made art, but I've never really focused on it. So really centralizing on the art in South Carolina, creating a strong body of work, and hopefully I can do a couple of solo exhibitions. If I produce enough, but we'll see.
And what would you hope that what you're working on or how it impacts the community here or in a bigger scale?
Yeah, like I said, the work is about positivity and about seeing something new, about seeing something fresh, about inspiration. To me, the paintings that I'm describing, they couldn't be made before 2024 because the type of person just didn't exist for it to happen. So now, for instance, last summer or last June, I went to the Brooklyn Museum and I got to see Giants, which is Alicia Keys and Swiss Beats collection of incredible black painters. And the feeling that you get seeing black paintings in a place like Brooklyn, when you think about a black kid walking into the Brooklyn Museum and being able to see paintings with faces that look like his in a realistic way, you know, not in a way that's abstract or in a way that's something that's non-objective, but being able to see something that looks like yourself in a museum to a child is something that's very inspirational and very strong that they can try for. So I'm not saying that my paintings are about to be in a museum, but my point is that's the sort of inspiration that I'm going for, to be able to create images for people to see that it will inspire children of the next generation to come for hundreds of years. While at the same time, just pushing art forward. So just through doing it alone, automatically pushes South Carolina forward in terms of the relationships that we create with each other.